So many people have already gathered.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in this appalling weather. Twins work by Amy Goodman. Amy is probably the shyest person I've ever met. And Ava is Keith Richards' granddaughter.
Oh. Dartford! Wow! Yeah. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Deep and Kent. I am currently at the Dartford Town Centre and standing in front of the NatWest Bank. This is the NatWest Bank. There was a renovation going on for a long time. They are going to open a statue, that's what I was told. So we are waiting here, and approximately 12 o'clock the program will start. For that I am going to show the crowd in this area. Let me switch the camera. So many people have already gathered here. At 12 o'clock the program will start.
That's it, yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in this appalling weather, which we purchased at great taxpayer cost. This is a big day for us, the unveiling of the amazing Glimmer Twins work by Amy Goodman. We're doing it obviously for a whole range of reasons, and I'll talk about that in a second. But first of all, the list of people to thank, very short speeches, but I have got some people to thank. First of all, of course, Amy herself. Amy is an amazing artist, and I'll come on a minute to the journey we've been on with Amy, but Amy is just an amazing artist, and we did a bidding process, and I've just revealed to Amy that, frankly, she needn't have said anything once she put that maquette on the table. It was just beautiful, just stunning. And from that point on, we were invested, and it was an amazing journey. I also need to thank Walker Construction, who've done an amazing job here in setting up this One Bell Corner. It's part of a big job we're doing to try and make Dartford modern and accessible for people, and that's part of it. Bellway London, well, for years we've been trying to get a statue together. It's something, an ambition of mine, an ambition of the council, and we've always been stopped because we weren't sure whether we could really put that burden on the taxpayer, whether there was the right place to put it. And then we had this genius idea. which was that we would create a subscription public art fund. And I wish I could say that Bellway contributed voluntarily, but they were forced to. Because what we think is that regeneration for a town like Dartford is really, really important. And I know not everyone finds it comfortable sometimes, but we are a growing town, and what we've got to do is make sure we grow gracefully and artistically. And so we do now ask every developer in the town to contribute to a public subscription art fund for public work. And we finally had the shekels together to produce this amazing piece. The journey we were on, we commissioned a fantastic local Kent art consultancy called Francis Knight, and if they'd like to give us a whoop somewhere. Oh. Half a whoop anyway. And they advised us on the journey. I don't know why we paid them really, because when Amy walked in the room and put the maquette down, we could have just done it there and then, but even so, it was an open competition. We had some amazing entries actually, some really famous and some great artists. And we chose Amy because of the energy and the athletic nature of it. Is that all? Have I forgotten anybody? Have I got my list?
Yeah, oh, really.
Well, I'm going to do that in a second. I'm doing the DPC team in a minute. I think that was all the people I've been paid to say thank you to. I've done, yeah. I want them to come on to Dartford Borough Council team. We're a really small council, and we try and be different. We try to really be conversational. We try to be friendly, we try to be kinder. People think that councils are full of lunatics and idiots, and you're right. But doesn't mean they can't be likeable, right? And so we've tried to do the right thing, and that includes investing in stuff. And you'll never get agreement for investment. Someone will always say they don't like it. That's not a reason. You just have to invest in something else and hope they do. And that's what we've been doing, invest in this town, invest in this community. So, that's that. And then the team at Dartford are a very small team. They work incredibly hard. I've got a fan. A drunk fan. I've got a fan. We're a very small team. They work incredibly hard. Caroline Hicks has joined us as head of community, and she's really got this project driven forward and made it all happen. Elaine on events, Kerry on events, people. We're a very small team. We put together all these things that happen in Dartford, and I'm very, very grateful to them, more than I can say. Finally then, the story of this statue, why we're doing it. Of course, it's an amazing tribute to two fantastic Dartfordians who've gone on to change the world. Wonderful people who still contribute. They're private, really, and they don't always contribute publicly. But I can tell you they're still very invested in this town, still do work for us. Nothing made me laugh more than seeing Keith Richards wearing his Straight Outta Dartford t-shirt in front of tens of thousands of people at the concert. And so celebrating their work, their contribution, their amazing artistry and creativity is part of this. But there's another part of it, and that is we want to encourage a new generation of creative Dartford young people to go out and be like Mick, like Keith, widen their horizons, be the best they can be, achieve things. It may not be in music, and they may not be as famous and as wealthy as the Rolling Stones. But if they want to achieve something, I'm hoping these statues, just a little way, will say to them, go and be yourself, you can do something. Coming from Dartford is just the beginning of any journey you want to take. And of course now, Mick and Keith, globally owned characters, but they're also local people. They have family, they have local connections, and every now and again they come back to Dartford very privately. They watch a game of cricket at the grammar school, they'll visit haunts, and they'll take people round to show them the Dartford they remember. They are Dartford people through and through, and so this tribute to them is about their artistry, but it's also about the future. Very unusual for a council to make a tribute to living people, but that's the whole point of this. This is a living tribute because we want living people now to be empowered by it and to go off and do great things. That's the end of it for me. I need to make a couple of introductions. First of all, Amy to the right, who is incredibly show-offy. She pushes herself forward all the time. Amy is probably the shyest person I've ever met, and that's because her creative energies are all internal and she does what she does. She's finding it very uncomfortable today, but I'm going to ask her to say something in a minute. And the lady next to me is a lady called Ava. And Ava is Keith Richards' granddaughter.
Oh.
So why wouldn't we ask Ava to pull the rope? Okay? So that's what we're going to do. But first of all, I'm going to hand the microphone over to our wonderful artist, Ava Goodman. She'll probably go on for ages, but let me give it to her.
Thank you, Jeremy. It's mind-blowing to be here and to have received this commission. It's been a dream. Amazing to see you all here. So nice to see blue sky today. I have loved sculpting them. I just wanted to give so much life and energy. They've got so much charisma on stage. I wanted Mick to be strutting and pouting and moving fast across the stage, and I wanted Keith to be absorbed in his guitar, and I chose his famous Fender Telecaster McCorber, his butterscotch with the 5-string open G-string tuning. But it's been a dream, and lovely to see you all here. And I also have got the foundry here, all the team who've worked so hard. It's not just me sculpting the clay. The alchemy of bronze casting is also shown in the exhibition at the Sir Peter Blake Gallery, which is opening after this. And I think it's important to sort of include all their work, and it's lovely that they're here today as well. And yeah, thanks again. Jeremy's already said thanks to the contractors and everyone, and I will have forgotten to say something, but you don't want to hear from me. So, but yes, it's been a real privilege and honour.
I'm not sure I gave a full shout out to Bellway London. I mean, I talked about the fund, I'm not sure I mentioned Bellway London enough. Bellway London are developing a new community for us on Local Street, and they have actually, in all honesty, they've stumped up the cash for this, and it's, you know, a fair chunk of money, and it was a great relationship we had with them, and they really didn't even hesitate. They just said, we understand this is important. So for the first, possibly the only time in your life, I'm going to ask for a round of applause for a property developer. So can we thank Bellway London? And we're getting to the point now, I'm going to pull the string, but I'm going to ask Ava to do that with us. But first of all, Ava's got to earn her corn. She's got to give us 5 really, really bad things that have happened to her with her granddad. No, I'm only joking. But there we go. So, are we ready?
Yes.
So should we have a countdown?
Yes,
If
please.
we finish on the word Dartford, should we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Dartford, is that all right?
Yeah.
And then we will pull that string, and then these amazing work of art will then be open to you. Amy mentioned there is an exhibition which is open now for our invited guests, and then about 3 o'clock this afternoon it becomes open to the public. So if you fancy whizzing over to the gallery, the Peter Blake Gallery, there's an amazing collection of photographs showing the process of the creation of this wonderful piece of artwork. We'd be delighted to see you there. But so about 3 o'clock. And for our invited guests, if you want to hang around while we're doing some media, there's some tea and coffee for you over there. So, shall we start with the 5s? Okay, grab hold of the rope, Ava. And we're coming this way, all right? This way. This way. Okay, so, there we go, grab that there. That's it, brilliant. So, here we go then. Dartford, you can do this. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Dartford! Wow!
Madam Mayor, what do you think? Well done, well done. You recognise him? Good, go give him a hug. No! We're seeing all the family secrets now, no. God. Thank you, Ava, well done, good job. What do you think then? Cool. Right, we'll put some music on and we'll do a bit of media now, so anything else you want to say? You all done? We all done? Cool.
Yeah, come on then. Thank you so much.
Oh, sorry.
Hold hands, hold hands. Over there, yeah. She thinks she's got things stuck on her hands. Go, what we doing?
This is the place where the inauguration ceremony took place, and if you see here next to that is the Royal Victoria and Bull Hotel. And when you go through to the High Street, you can see this car. This is the mayor of Dartford's car. Let me go nearby and show the symbol says Mayor of Dartford. If you see here, this is a symbol saying that is for the car of the mayor. So this is a Dartford mayor's car. So you can see, and this is a High Street. Yes.
It's taken up being absolutely unbeatable. Strike back down with reality. Mate, I've even
This is the statue of Mick Jagger, and the other statue with the guitar is the Keith Richards. They made famous. They made the Dartford famous around the world.